Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, in this episode here today, I'm going to review Tears of the Kingdom. And first of all, I just wanted to start by just showing you how many hours I actually have in all of my games. Since a lot of you guys don't believe that I play games. I have over 50 hours on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as you can see here. And just down here, I play about 20 hours of Tears of the Kingdom, so I just had enough of, what to expect for the rest of the game. But the main reason why I wanted to show you guys here this is because I wanted to show you my Breath of the Wild playthrough, and I have over 145 hours. So I played this game a lot. I really loved it. I think that's Breath of the Wild's a 10 out of 10. And so that's why we're going into the game of Tears of the Kingdom. And I think, Tears of the Kingdom is a perfect example of, that phrase, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And I think that's exactly the big mistake that Nintendo made with this game. I still think it's an amazing game. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy a lot of what I played, but it just didn't grab me like Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild felt very refreshing. It was the first time that we played, the Zelda game in this artwork, this type of style, and the system, the combat, everything was really cool. So here's my link, as you can see. I did play a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say I didn't. I didn't explore, and I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my god, look at your map! It's like you haven't unlocked anything," and it's true. But I just don't feel like playing the game anymore. The story didn't really catch me, didn't my attention that much, and the game is basically the same. That's my biggest problem with this game. It's just Breath of the Wild. They took exactly everything. Look at the menu, it looks the same. Obviously, the physics of the game are different because they just added like new physics that I think they're pretty cool. But I have a lot of problems with them. As you guys know, the Ultra Hand and the Fuse, more than anything, you can build some really cool machinery, and I've seen some really cool machines. But they don't, if you like, they don't save. That's the problem. You can just build it once and it won't save again. So you're just gonna lose your vehicles or whatever you build. I don't like that at all. I think it's like a dumb idea. And I actually proposed the idea of having base building and stuff like that. But it's just like they like half. I mean, I'm sorry to say the word, but they half-assed it. And so that's my biggest problem with this game. The graphics are exactly the same. Look, that could very well be Breath of the Wild if it didn't have this. And also you can see here that even the clothes are literally the same. So I don't understand the hype of this game. I think the price also was a slap in the face to the customers, because it was $5 more, and it really didn't improve anything in my opinion. Yeah, they added some physics, but we lost like 5 physics. So they just really, what they did was they just changed the physics of the main 5 physics of the game, and they added Ascend and Fuse and Ultra Hand and whatever, Recall. And I'm sure there's another one here that I haven't unlocked yet, but I just don't feel like playing the game anymore because the game just feels exactly the same. I'm gonna teleport here. The teleportation, all the things are the same. Like, what do you call this? When all the same visual effects are the same. The map is the same. Yeah, I know there's definitely added some new things here to make it interesting, but to be honest with you, I just don't feel any motivation to play the same map again. The Sky Islands, they were like a cool addition, but that could have easily been added as a downloadable content, and you guys know that. So to say that they spent over 5 years, I think it was 6 years making this game, is like a big lie, because they all the assets are basically the same. They added a few new assets here and there. You know, the rain. Look at this. It looks the same. It's Breath of the Wild again, with new mechanics that just didn't. Honestly, in my opinion, they just didn't need to add them. They could have just added a whole new map or something like that. I think that would have been better, or just make a new Zelda game. But to call this game like a sequel is kind of like I think it's a little bit of like a slap in the face to the customers. You know, it's just like a very, you know, if they say they work on this for 6 years, I really wonder how many people were developing this game. You know, like 2 people, if it took them that long to make this game. Because if they actually had like a full development team, they would have they would have, look, it's the same enemies, the same trees. It's the same game as Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, look, the castle is up. That could have easily been like a that could have easily been like a, you know, like a downloadable or like an event like they do in Fortnite or whatever. But they made that game exactly. I mean, they just released the game with like a few little things, and people are calling it like game of the year. You know, even though like there's like amazing games like Baldur's Gate. What else is coming out? Armored Core 6, Final Fantasy 7, the Rebirth coming out, Final Fantasy 16, and they dared to call this game of the year. Like, that's why I just find that a little bit. I just find the fanboyism a little bit crazy and completely illogical. You know, it's like they're trying to hold on to something when they. I mean, this is the probably the only game that they have coming out for the Switch. I think that they can like feel proud about themselves, and that's about it. You know, like I play all games the same, and you guys saw I played Breath of the Wild like a lot, probably like 500 hours, because that was like actually I replaced my Switch once already, so this is the second Switch I have, and yeah, so it's like I'm gonna play this game at some point, but I think I just need to take like a long break from Breath of the Wild, you know, dash Tears of the Kingdom, in order to truly enjoy it, because from what I heard, the story is not that great. And if the story is not even great, and I already explored like most of the this whole map already, like what else is there for me to feel excited about? I'm actually playing the Witcher 3, and I beat that game a lot already. I beat it one time, but I rushed through the campaign because the that game actually has really compelling storytelling, really amazing lore, and like world building. You know, so when you take a game like that and you compare it to Tears of the Kingdom, obviously, the Witcher 3 is just gonna be a much better game. Even though I beat it already, but there's so many downloadable content that I still haven't played, and so many stories to explore still. It's just like, you know, I just decided to switch over and just play my Steam Deck. I don't play the Switch. I just turn it on. I just turned my Switch on because it was dead. It was like collecting dust somewhere. So I've just been playing my Steam Deck because the Steam Deck really just replaced the Switch for me. So I'm just gonna give this game to my friend, the Switch, because he hasn't played the any of the new Zelda games. So I hope he enjoys them, and I think he's gonna enjoy them. But you know, it's like the first time you play Breath of the Wild is something that you can't really experience again with the same feeling. So I think that's why this game fails completely. They should have just released this as an, you know, a $20 game, as an expansion pack, and, you know, or make like a real Zelda game, go back to the dungeons, and not this. This game is it's just a slap in the face. But people defend it. People defend the laziness from the developers, and I really think they're gonna get what they deserve. They just make developers lazy. So that's my review of the game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I give this 7 like a decent 7.5. 7.5 out of 10, just because the game does have like new things added onto it, but it's just not enough to consider it a new game. And also, it's the same enemies, and the story is very lacking when you compare it to other AAA games. And yeah, at 7.5, they even have the same music. Look, it's the same music, the same dungeon style. It's literally the same map. So 7.5 because I'm being generous. It's a Zelda game. I think it's still a good game, but it's definitely not a great game at all. It's not an 8 or a 9. So that's my review for the game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye bye.